Good morning. Hi, how are you all today? I hope you're ready to do a little bit more crafting with your kids. Let's get started on a Clucky Chook. Now, I will warn you parents, this is something you might want to send the kids outside to play with. It could become a little bit annoying after a little while. But anyway, it's a craft that the kids can do, you can help them with, and they'll get a little bit of fun out of it. So what we need is a paper cup. As I said last week, just a coffee cup. Pick these up from the reject shop quite cheaply. So we need that. We need a sponge. Now, normally the ones I would use are half the thickness of this. So I'm hoping that this will still achieve what we want to achieve. We need some string. Okay, now wool is no good. You do need actually a string. This is a cotton baker's twine that I use when I'm making my cards. It's just an old piece, discontinued stuff, which we should be able to use. So we need that. We need approximately about a metre of that. Now we need a match head, and what we do need to do, I'll just have a look for my crafting knife, and I'm just going to quickly grab a craft mat and pop it here on the table. Whoops, that one's a bit big to use. Just need a smaller one. This one here might do. Just want to pop this underneath, just then, as I said last week, just so we're not going to cut our tabletops. And I just want to take that head off. Now this is something kids that mum and dad do have to do for you. So we're just going to remove that head because we don't want any unwanted fires or mishaps. And I just need to make sure, yes, that will fit on the inside there. So let me just remove that again. So besides all of these, okay, so we've got our cup, we've got our sponge, we've got some string, we've got a match head. We also need some pieces of paper or cardboard. Now you can use googly eyes if you've got googly eyes. I don't have any, or if I do, I'm not quite sure where they would be in my room here. So I'm just going to use some cardboard. If you don't have any cardboard, but you've got round stickers, like white round stickers, you can use those, and then just using a black texter, just mark on the irises for the eyes. So what I'm going to use is a couple of punches. So I've got a 1 inch punch and a 3/4 inch punch. You could go smaller sizes, like use a 3/4 and then go a smaller size for inside, but I just decided my chook is going to have big eyes. And the other piece we need is a piece of red cardstock or paper. Okay, so that's what we're going to be using today. So let's get started. So let's pop those to one side for the moment. That's just to decorate our chook. But to make our chook, what we need is a paper cup, and you need something to pierce a hole. Now I'm just using a paper piercer I have here on my tool, and I'm just going to pierce a hole right down into the center of that cup. Okay, and as I said, we need about a metre or so. I'm just going to roughly judge. Yes, that's about a metre. Nose to fingertip is the old yard, so that will still even do. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to thread my string down through that hole. Now this is a good one for kids to do, but as I said, parents will need to help. Put my hand in there and pull that string through. Now I'm not pulling it all the way through. I'm only pulling it partially the way through. On the other end of my string, which is the piece coming out of the bottom of the cup, I'm going to wrap that around my matchstick a couple of times and tie that off into a good secure knot. Okay, just make sure I'm still there on camera. Oh, there's a few people watching us today. Hi, how are you all going? Okay, so pull that string through, and that's going to secure that string there. Now with our foam piece of mat, we need to cut a piece of foam which is probably around about 2 centimetres wide by, I would say, roughly 3 centimetres. And again, what we're going to do with our other end of our string is wrap that again, just leave a tail a bit, wrap that around 2 or 3 times. Now, as I said, I usually use something that's a little bit narrower, thinner, but I just couldn't buy those the other day. Oops, just pull that in as tight as you possibly can. Okay, kids, this is where, again, Mum and Dad might have to help you. We're going to tie that off. Whoops, not break it off like I just did. Let's try that again. If you use something like even cooking string, you can buy that fairly cheaply at the supermarket. That works out quite well, or even crocheting thread will work quite well. Okay, that's better. I'm just going to tie that off, and I'm just going to shorten my end a little bit. As I said, it's only a fairly simple craft. So there we are. We've got our string attached. I probably could have shortened that a little bit more, but that's okay. Now we need to decorate this chook. So I'm going to bring in my punches. I've got my black cardstock here, and I'm going to open up my punch, and I'm going to, with a smaller punch, cut 2 black circles for his eyes, or her eyes. And then with my white punch, or my larger punch, this is a 1-inch punch, I'm going to cut another 2 circles there. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to get a little bit of glue, pop it in the center there of our eyes, and make some big googly eyes. And let those dry for a moment, and we're going to grab our red piece of cardstock. We're just going to fold that in half, or not, just the end there. So all I've done is just folded the end, because I don't need all of this. This is just a piece I grabbed. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut out, now what I might just do is trim that off so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So we're just going to make a beak. So all I'm doing now is I've folded that piece in half, and I'm just cutting out like a triangle with the base of my triangle along that fold line. And that's going to make a nice big beak for our chook. So here's our chook's head. Now if you wanted to, you could colour this in or paint it or stick some paper all over it, decorate it. But all I'm going to do today is I'm going to put my beak on there. Just hold that down for a few seconds just to let that dry. Anything like a PVC glue, or I'm using a multi-purpose Tombow glue here. Anything like that, or even a glue stick would work for gluing these on. And we're going to get our eyes. Pop our eyes on. So let's put one eye just there. We'll get another one here. We'll put another eye over here. I think I've got him looking in all sorts of different directions. We might see if we can turn. No, can't turn it. It's, oh yes I can. I'm turning that eye around a little bit. So there we go. I hope you can all see that. So there is our chook. See, I said it was only a simple craft to do, but here comes the fun part. Let's see if this is going to work. Okay. So all we need to do is grab our piece of sponge, and we're going to wrap it around that string and then tug gently down on it. And there it is, your Clucky Chook. And what fun was that? Just a simple little craft with a few little products. As I said, you can pick them up quite easily at your local supermarket or the reject shop where I got them. And here's a fun craft you can do with your children over this period of time in these holidays and make a Clucky Chook and have some fun. Okay, guys, I hope you've enjoyed that today. Next week, I'm thinking we might do something with our paper plates again, and we might make a stained glass window. So what you need is your large paper plates. You'll need some clear contact and some different coloured cellophane. Another great craft to do, especially with your little ones. Your 2 and 3 year olds will really enjoy doing this one, and really simple to do. So have a lovely day. Catch up with you later. Take care. Bye for now.